Hello everyone. So today in this spaceship series we are going to work on this swaying of the ship when it is in air, so to give some natural feel. So as you can see, it does not stay stationary like with no movement at all when we are floating in the sky. So it has some sway into it. So you can change how much it sways to the sides by changing the parameters we set up here, and when we land back it will be horizontal again, so like this. If I move up, you can see it changes again. Okay, so it's a very minor thing, but regardless, that's important for to get the pay attention to minor details. So that's why I thought of doing this. And before we get started, I'd like to remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other projects that I have done in my channel. So to the date, you know, there are over 1600 videos, and you can download the project file of all of those videos, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description below. So at the moment, when I take off the ship, it just directly goes up like this. It doesn't have any swaying or any kind of a natural movement. And also when I go forward and backward or turn as well, as you can see, there is no swaying or no natural feel to the ship. So that's what we are going to work on today. Right, let me open the blueprint of the ship, and then once the ship start to fly, so we already have this trace ground here. We only check if the ship is above 1000 units on the ground. So now instead of that, if I can, let's see, let's have a branch. No, before this. Oh, right. Yeah, actually we don't need. We can break this and get this distance. So I'll promote this to a variable. I'll call this ship elevation. Okay, so this will only go maximum, only will have 1000. It will not give the actual elevation of the ship, but this is enough for us. Now in the tick, if the elevation is, let's say, larger than 100, so that should be somewhat good enough to add some swaying. Otherwise there will be problems such as the landing gears will go through ground, things like that can happen. So if this is the case, we can add some local rotation to the ship to give that swaying kind of a feeling. But how can we do this? Let's add an event, a custom event. I'll call it random sway angle. Okay, now I'll add a new variable. Well, yeah, this should be rotated. Okay, so I can set this. Let me split this. Oh, sorry. Let me split this. So let's test with roll. I'll give random float in range, something in between -1 and +1, and we need to repeatedly change this. So let's have a delay of, let's say, the delay also, let's make it random. So random float in range 1 to 2 seconds. Well, let's have a flip-flop here, because then we can do this here. First, let's have a positive value 0 to 0.1, then a negative value, same thing multiplied by -1, so we can make sure that it's swaying in both directions. And then random sway angle. Let's call this randomize, because this is an event. Not, if I call it random sway angle, it's like sounds like a variable. Right now, I'll call this in the begin play. And then in the tick. So if we are in above the ground, let's add local rotation. Add actor local rotation with this swaying rate. I'll multiply this with this delta seconds. So delta seconds, equal delta seconds. Okay, we might have to clamp this, but let's see how it works first. Well, thrusters. Do I see any sway? I'm not sure. Let's check. Ship elevation is 0. Oh, wait. Alright, when we don't hit anything, it becomes 0, I guess. Okay, so that means we can't have this here. So we can after this, let's have a branch, and if we are in flying elevation, if we are not in flying elevation, that means we should get a valid value here. If we are in flying elevation, then I guess we can leave the last value here. Right, now let's check. Under thrusters, let's check now. Not in scope. Yeah, now it is working. Roll 0.05. Okay, so that is being applied, but I guess it's not high enough to see some actual change. So what we can do is here, no, we can add a multiplier. Sorry about that. Let's set time. Yeah, now we see some swaying. See, but I think it's too fast. And also it can tilt the angle maybe too much, so we have to limit it. First thing, let's fix this between 4 and 6, and then here I'll promote this to a function, Spaceship. Okay, I'll add another rotator. Let's call it total offset. Get offset and add. Oh, we can't directly add, so break this. Oh wait, split. No, break rotator and add this too. Oh wait, this is not what we should be adding. This is what we should be adding. So let me break this and split. So if the absolute value of this is larger than certain number, let's say we need to limit to maximum 10 degrees. So if this is greater than 10, here I'll do a select float based on this. If it is greater than 10, I will give a 0, otherwise I will give this value. So in that way we can limit the swaying to a maximum angle. So we need to do the same thing for other angles as well, but since we are only testing for roll, let's see what happens now. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. I forgot to set total offset. Oh, sorry, this is wrong. I should directly give this, not this value. Because if I give this value, that means it will be adding the current swaying rate plus the previous swaying rate that we have had so far. Now let's test thrusters and lift. Yeah, now we can see the ship is swaying to the sides. See, but it's not exceeding the limits, so it stays in this maximum angle. Maybe that also seems a bit too much. Maybe we should use 5 instead of 10. Is it exceeding that? Oh, we can check actually. Let me pause and eject. 12. How did it become 12? It's alright. Let's inspect the value of this as well. No debug data. Why can't we see that? It does go over to the minus values as well. I was just testing. Notice that. Okay, so I just reduce this angle a little bit. Where it is? Here. As the max angle, I'll put 5. That seems enough. And for now, I will not add anything to pitch. Well, why not? Let's try pitch as well. So here we need to set it. Spaceship. No. And how should we do? Yeah, page. We need to add to the total offset, and just like before, get absolute value and check if it is larger than. Here I'll choose a small value because changes in pitch can directly affect the velocity of the ship, so maybe it's not a good idea to have some large deviation. Okay, now just like this, select. If it is large, 0, otherwise this value. And for C, I don't think I have to add. Okay, now let's test. Start thruster, close the doors and lift. Yeah, we see some movement. And let's go forward. So as we start to go forward, maybe it would look better if the ship lean forward a little bit, but I will leave that part for now. Okay, the other thing is when we land, we need to cancel out those offsets. So we need to make the ship fully horizontal. But how can we do that? Here, again in the tick, if we are if the ship elevation is below 100, we need to make the ship horizontal. So set that to rotation. And so we can get actor rotation. So we don't need to change yaw, but we need to change make pitch and roll 0. So F enter 2. Target is 0, current is this value, and delta time delta seconds. I'll put that. Interpolation speed, I'm not sure what, maybe let's write 10. And we need to do the same for the pitch also. Let's take off. Now does it sway? Yeah. It's minor, subtle, but it's working. So let me select the shuttle so you can see the changes in the angles. And if I move down, it became 0. Let me move up. Yes, it is still higher than 100. Now it's not changing anymore, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, it's horizontal enough. It's very close to 0, so that's good enough. And as we move up, it starts swaying again, which is exactly what we need. Wait, problem. Oh, I have made a mistake here. So this always remains as the offset that we currently at, but it does not take into consideration what's the value that we already have. Therefore, sorry about that, we gonna have to again add this. So that's why we were going off the limit. Really sorry about that. Okay, now it should not go over the limit. Also, let's try this like 150. Okay, let's select the shuttle again and start the engine, move up. Now it should not exceed 2 for pitch, 2 or minus 2 for pitch, or 5 or minus 5 for roll. Yeah, right, that seems working. Now let's land it should stabilize. Yeah, it did. Move up, started swaying again. Yeah, nice. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download in Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And see you in another episode. Goodbye.